The most shocking thing about this whole case was just the brutality of the murder. This was a very slow and painful death.
She had the towel wrapped all the way around her head. So I pulled it back. I said, Viv, and she didn't respond.
The car really became the motivating factor.
Go to the ground now. Go to the ground now. Get on the ground!
For almost 2 years, investigators believe they're chasing the truth behind one horrific crime. But it turns out it is a lot more complicated than that.
So first he talked to me about this first incident with a female named Cricket. So he gonna tell her about the Cricket situation. Instead of her let her go to the police, he strangled her the same way.
Jacksonville 911. What's going on there?
I have not talked to my friend since Christmas Day, and I've been calling her, and I came over to her house, and I went in, and she's on the floor. She's not responded, and she had a towel wrapped around her head. Oh my God, I don't want to touch her. Please send somebody, please.
Is she breathing, ma'am?
I don't think so. It looks like her hands are turning purple. Her skin is cold.
We're coming as fast as we can, okay? We'll be there soon.
Please, thank you.
It was right around the holidays. 49-year-old Vivian James, who lived alone in Jacksonville, Florida, she hadn't been heard from since Christmas a few days earlier.
We check on each other, and I talked to her. Breathe now, breathe. I talked to her Christmas Day.
You haven't heard from her since?
I haven't heard from her since, and yesterday, wait a minute, let me see. I sent her a text at 11:17. I said, Vivian, are you okay? You don't have to talk, just respond yes or no. Her phone was off the hook, so I kept calling her cell phone, and she didn't answer, and that's not like her.
Was her garage open when you got her this morning?
No, I know the code to open the garage door up.
Okay, so the garage was shut, but the car was missing?
Yes, the car was missing.
Was the garage door, the inside door, was it shut or open?
It was shut, and when I opened it up, I saw her laid out flat.
All right, so take her over by your car, and then let's get this thing locked down.
Officers walked around the outside. There were no signs of forced entry. And just inside, Miss James was on the ground with a power cord around her neck and a bloody blanket up by her head.
Vivian had head injuries, she had facial injuries, her jaw was broken, but what appears to be the cause of death was the strangulation. She'd been choked with a cord. They immediately noticed that the house had been ransacked. There were multiple electronics missing. There were drawers open, cabinets that had been rummaged through.
What if I told you you could build a powerful AI agent in just 7 minutes? Well,
Looks suspicious in there. Well, yeah. Okay. Nobody goes in the house. She's got blood all around her face now, so I don't know if it looks like she tripped over. There's a stool that's turned over. So I don't know if it. Okay.
So this was pretty clearly a murder from the get-go. We also could not find the victim's cell phone in the home, and in the living room area, there appeared to be a outline, like a dust outline of where a surveillance camera would have been or was sitting that could have potentially captured the incident, and that camera was missing. One of the big difficulties that we encounter is homeowners utilize Ring or Arlo to get a quick snapshot of who is at their door in the neighborhood. There was an abundance of cameras, but unfortunately, the video that we were able to collect was basically nothing.
Has there been anything going on in the neighborhood or anything like that? Any kind of suspicious people walking around?
Nah, not that I know of.
Now, do you know any of her habits, friends, anything like that that would come over and visit with her or anything like that?
Nah, she's very private.
Now, what kind of car does she have?
She has a is that a blue Camry or Toyota Camry?
Okay.
So this area of Jacksonville is kind of known for a higher crime area. The neighborhood specifically for Miss James, not necessarily known for that. And police work in general, calls for service always seem to increase around the holidays.
Anything unusual happen that you know of since Christmas? And
Not that I know of.
so when's the last time you seen her?
Probably Christmas Day.
Nobody was visiting her or coming over or doing anything?
I haven't seen any cars.
When law enforcement was going through the home and speaking with the 911 caller, it became apparent that Miss James's car was missing from the scene, which was the first piece of evidence that we had for the case.
I know that she had an electrician and a plumber come over and work on her water heater in that garage. And then my daughter says she did see her driving either yesterday or the day before.
Seen her yesterday?
Probably not yesterday, maybe the day before. So it would have been, what's today, the 28th, the 26th, day after Christmas. And she told me that she had to take her car to go be serviced.
They said the same thing, and she said the same thing. Her car's probably at the shop getting serviced.
No, she got it back.
Let's find out if the car's there. If it's not, let's get the bolo out.
Hey, yes, sir. This is Officer Bloom with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I was wondering if you still have Miss Vivian James's blue Toyota Camry at your shop.
It was pretty quickly determined that the car was not at the mechanics. We actually woke him up and verified that. The next step for law enforcement was to place a bolo or be on the lookout for the car.
I'm going to do the stolen vehicle aspect of what's going on here. So one of the things that I like to find out, is there anything that sticks out about the car? Tinted windows, bumper stickers,
No
just
bumper.
a pretty plain Jane then, huh?
Yeah, she, like me, no bumper stickers.
Okay.
No, she keeps her car clean.
Some of the other questions that are popping into our mind are who are the last people that are known to be with Miss James? Who were the last few people in her home? We have potentially a 48-hour time lapse of the last time she was known to be alive. So we have a lot of ground to make up.
Miss James was a character.
Miss James is the most honest person I've ever met. She'll get you right if she needs to. She'll give you the shirt off her back, but she'll also tell you about yourself if you're doing something the wrong way.
She will be our guardian angel. That every day, every kid that walks in these doors, every faculty member that walks in these doors, you will feel her arms around you. So Miss James, you will be truly missed, but you'll never be forgotten.
Miss James was a beloved teacher in the Jacksonville community. She had a lot of friends. She had friends in the neighborhood, and she served as a mentor to some of the students that she taught.
Vivian James was an outstanding teacher. She was teacher of the year before her death at Atlantic Coast High School, where she had taught science and chemistry for over 20 years. She was beloved by her students. They said that she created a safe place for them. She was known for having kids over to pay them for small yard work so that they would have pocket money. One of the things that really stood out to me when I stood inside of her home were the number of Christmas cards and pictures from current and former students. It just was immediately clear that this woman was beloved by her community.
So when I first came to Atlantic Coast, I was here as the science department head, and it was very interesting by getting a chance to order all of the different scientific equipment, things I've never even heard of. So it was very nice and rewarding to be a part of that inaugural experience. Go Stingrays.
After her death, I was overwhelmed by the number of colleagues and students who wanted to know what was going on with her case. And they actually pulled together a lot of fundraising, and there's a permanent memorial to her memory at Atlantic Coast High School.
Settlement compensation money is yours to save, spend, or invest in a way that works for you. Planning ahead can help you make the most of it. Learn more at FN Child Click.
to her memory at Atlantic Coast High School.
Gucci, one of my favorite ones. The first time I heard Gucci, this dude said Gucci to me, and I'm like, Gucci? He's like, yeah, that mean I'm real good. I said, okay, everything is Gucci.
Detectives face a daunting task here. A beloved teacher dead, her vehicle unaccounted for, and the most critical hours to find her killer, the first 48, have already passed.
The car really became the motivating factor. We were focused on the car because we really felt that would lead us to who had killed Vivian James.
Go to the ground now. Go to the ground now. Put it on the ground. Will. Put your hand on the wheel. What do I do?
While detectives are on scene, we know that there's multiple avenues where this could go. Detectives are running this tag through stationary license plate readers. In this case, we did get a hit. It was only a matter of hours before we were called to Miss James's home, and we sent detectives up to this small motel, and they were able to find the car still in the parking lot.
Passenger, open the car door. Step out. Step back, go. Turn around, face that way. Step back to my boy. Step back to my boy. Keep stepping. Go to the ground now.
So when Detectives Lee and Gibson, they located the vehicle at the Hospitality Inn, they sat at a distance and they monitored the vehicle, just waiting to see if anyone would go to or from the car. Eventually they saw a male going to the car, putting things in the trunk and the back seat, and taking some things to the dumpster. In that time frame, they're arranging with patrol assets to have them stationed around the Hospitality Inn in the event that the vehicle would start driving so that it can be stopped.
Go to the ground now. Go to the ground now. Put it on the ground. Put your hand on the wheel. What do I do? Driver. Put your hand. What's going on? Hey, excuse me, sir. My wife is there. Hey, my kids in the car. Get in. Bro, my kids in the car. We got that. Get in the car. Get in the bro. I apologize, bro. What's going on, though?
The missing car has been found, and persons that do not own the vehicle are driving it. And the person who does own the vehicle on paper is the primary avenue of investigation at this point. Now, hands left and right doesn't mean that the people that are in this vehicle are responsible for the death of this beloved school teacher, but it's certainly your best lead.
The vehicle started moving with Deb Perkins in the passenger seat. The girlfriend of Mr. Perkins was driving the vehicle out. The vehicle was stopped and a felony takedown was conducted. The officers are trying to quickly ascertain from Mr. Perkins, where did you get this car? Who gave it to you? Why are you in it?
When you're investigating a homicide, you really do try to err on the side of taking every item that might be important. So they're acquiring every single item that could possibly show us how many other people were in the vehicle. They'll use a sanitized vacuum to be able to pull hairs off the floor. Swabs are being taken, fingerprints are being taken, they're taking clothing, they're taking shoes, they're taking keys for the vehicle.
So when detectives looked through the car, some of the items that immediately jumped out to us was Miss James's school ID was hanging from the rearview mirror. Her cell phone was also found on the floorboard behind the passenger seat, and her school laptop was also located in the vehicle.
Where's that? What are you doing now? What? I guess questioning. About the car, bro. I can tell y'all about the car, bro. I can tell y'all who gave me the car.
While detectives were processing the Hospitality Inn, one of the staff members alerted detectives and said, hey,
The guy who was in this room, Mr. Perkins, he went to and from that black car a bunch, a 1989 black Corvette. We didn't know what could be in the car. So the vehicle was towed to our warehouse so we could search it at a later date.
All of these items are in the catalog. Whether they're going to be released later, if they decide that this is not pertinent to the investigation, that's always a possibility.
On the way down here, you mentioned that you wanted to talk about the lawyer, but also that you did want to talk to us about how you got the car and all that. Would you like to talk to you about how you got the car also?
I was watching the interview as it happened. What stood out to me from the very beginning was how willing he was to talk to us. He was fairly calm.
We go into every interview with a strategy. It's obviously in the back of your mind that this person could be involved in the murder, but you also have to keep an open mind that potentially they're not. Because sometimes
This owner just like you. And what I used to do is separate my money into two buckets. A short-term bucket, typically cash inside the corporation, retain
mind that potentially they're not. Because sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
So basically, it's about 2 days ago, I spoke with my friend named Shard. Like I told the guy, I talked to the guy.
You said Shard?
Rashad.
Rashad Simmons?
Yes, sir. I purchased a car from him for $1,100. I was getting it for my wife, my fiance, for Christmas.
Did he bring it to you there at the hotel, or did you get it somewhere?
Nah, we met. Right there, we were already there.
Did he call you and say, hey, I'm trying to sell a car?
Yeah, we were like just talking earlier.
Did he say where he got it from? Did you ask? What about some of the strange things that were in there? Did you think it was odd that all that stuff was in there?
I felt like it was. But I mean,
You never asked him about it?
I was just trying to do a good deed from me to my girl.
Mr. Perkins told us that he had purchased the car from a friend, Mr. Simmons, who, he believed to be involved in some questionable things.
Is Rashad the kind of person that's gonna steal a car? Yeah?
If it is a stolen car, it felt off.
Yeah, because, deep down inside, you're obviously educated, you're smart, you're not stupid. Your gut's telling you that, hey, there's a 60 or 70% chance that this car I just bought from Rashad, who does shady is possibly stolen.
If I bought a stolen vehicle, what would that be? How would that work?
Did you know it was stolen when you bought it?
I can get him or whoever, whatever y'all need. I just purchased a stolen car, basically. Now I'm gonna know it. I told y'all what I knew.
Is there anything else?
Now, if I'm not being arrested, then I will not be held against my will.
We were speaking with Mr. Perkins about the car, but Mr. Perkins wanted to know what the detectives knew and what was leading us to ask about the car. So he started a further, kind of more deep line of questioning about what we knew.
I looked at the screen and I seen the homicide paper, and I know they told me and my girl watched first way. What's going on?
So we're obviously, this is more than just about a stolen car. And right now we're investigating a murder.
You see nothing about that.
Okay. Do you know this house?
Yes. That's Miss Vivian's house.
You spotted it up pretty quick. Of course, you lived 3 houses down for however long.
Right.
Zebulon Perkins admitted to knowing Vivian James. In fact, he had lived several houses down from her in the same neighborhood while he was growing up. She would give him small amounts of money to rake her yard or to clean out her gutters. And he had continued and stayed in contact with her through the years.
Zebulon, as observant as you are, you were able to pick that house out pretty quick at Miss Vivian's house. Then how come you couldn't pick out Miss Vivian's car?
I didn't look through anything. I didn't look through nothing.
Zebulon?
Sure.
We're not here to f*** around with you.
I'm not either. And I can give you all a shot, like I said. I don't know anything that's going on inside that car.
If I'm sitting in the room with the detectives, we're clearly going to identify and interview Richard, because that now is the alternate avenue that this person is giving us. Obviously, unless you have a full confession and, 4K video of the person committing the crime, a busload of nuns with 20/20 vision as witnesses, you as a detective need to run down every single alternate suspect and
Obviously, we're talking to you because Vivian she's no longer with us. All right? I mean, you're a smart guy. You should have been able to put two and two together by now. This nice lady, this school teacher, has been murdered. All right? You are driving around in her car.
I didn't know that her vehicle was full of all her stuff. And I know that.
But do you understand sitting where we're sitting?
Yes, sir. The way it looks.
How it looks.
The way it looks.
Ultimately, when we step out, he's in there by himself. We learn that a lot of Miss James's property had been found in the dumpster in trash bags. We learn that in the hotel room, her ID was under a lamp. We learned that there were television power cords that were kind of tossed in the closet, and we knew that TVs were missing from Miss James's home.
That license was not in my room. It had to be in a bag. I see no license.
Now, the momentum builds when detectives return to the interrogation room, and Perkins offers up a revelation that they certainly can't ignore.
Is Rashad capable of killing somebody?
He has before.
He has before?
He has.
Who did he say he killed?
He didn't tell me.
How do you know he killed somebody then?
We talk. Everybody talk. You listen. Bro, they been shootouts and all, bro. I don't live like that. I don't live like that. Still do I don't live like that. I can help y'all, but I won't take no blame for nothing.
This is a bold accusation. Rashard Simmons has killed someone before? I mean, this is a statement that forces detectives to dig even deeper now.
Did Rashad bring anything else into your room?
No, sir. TVs and nothing. I'm just trying to see how you doing. I walked over there. I'm saying I left. That was it.
So you went inside her house?
Yes, sir.
4 or 5 days ago.
I sat down for maybe like 30 minutes.
Courses and let us build you a completely free store build on the Shopify platform and preload it with 100 products, 50 of which are guaranteed to be
4 or 5 days ago.
I sat down for maybe like 30 minutes. She said she was working with something, and I left.
Perkins confirms he was at Vivian's home earlier that week, essentially putting him at the crime scene at around the time of this murder. But the way that he characterizes it is a confidential conversation with a mentor. Now, obviously, investigators are skeptical about this.
She called you up to see how you were doing?
Yes, sir. So I'm just going through something. So that's why I'm reaching out to you.
What were you going through?
I don't feel comfortable around nobody anymore. I went to the rehab center. That's why I went to the house to talk to her about it. She's like, well, what you think is wrong with you?
If you don't mind me asking, what do you think?
I got PTSD.
PTSD.
You got shot?
PTSD, yeah?
14 to about 28. That's why I couldn't get in that field.
Zebulon Perkins was a promising athlete when he was in high school. He played football. However, he also had some attitude issues even at a young age. Zebulon Perkins also played football at the collegiate level until, unfortunately, he was shot, and that ended his football career.
Since then, like my life has been bro. Like even more trauma.
But you're not taking any medication.
And then confiding into a friend. And
that's what you confided to Miss Vivian?
Okay.
I don't have no problems where it's like I won't hurt nobody, I hurt myself.
When you went over to Miss Vivian's house, it was just you?
She was getting ready to go out and run some errands.
Did she mention having any problems with anybody?
No, sir.
And that was definitely 4 days
So
ago?
it's before Christmas. After Christmas. Well, after Christmas wouldn't be 4 days ago.
I feel for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good friend of mine. But at the same time, like, I feel like I'm against the wall and
We haven't pointed the finger at you yet.
I don't know exactly what it like the conversation kind of like.
Well, I mean, you gotta understand how it looks, everyone. You are.
I'm giving you.
You were in her car, bro.
Yeah, I know, and I was at her house, bro.
Did you guys get into any kind of argument or altercation or anything like that?
That's not. No. I'm giving my part. What I know. That's all I can do. Shard is the next suspect. Now we gotta go and find Shard. Like, I'm still being drilled. Like,
Oh, you're right. We still have to find Shard, you know, and when we find Shard, we gotta ask him. And he's gonna tell us, and we gotta come back and ask you.
am I on the record?
As of right now, we're still working on that.
We always have to keep an open mind. We've only gotten the page to respond to her house, less than the vehicle from Mr. Simmons. So these are individuals that now we also have to look into. So it is certainly very important for us to know that Mr. Perkins was at her home the day after Christmas. But the question still looms of, was there anyone else with him?
This is what we got to deal with. We have a lady that was murdered in her house.
A good friend of mine. To the point where she just told me what I did.
I'm not saying you did.
I'm in her car.
It does. So, we are arresting you. Dealing in stolen property.
Bro, I cannot get arrested, bro. I got kids. I can't keep. Man. I need y'all. If I can get y'all in the night, can that be deferred? Because he sold it to me. And
yeah. It's dealing with stolen property. Alright. It's not auto theft. It's definitely not murder.
Knowing that we were finding additional information that seemed like or further implicating Mr. Perkins, we made the decision to move forward with an arrest warrant for the crime of stealing and stolen property. More time as we continued on the homicide investigation.
When you're a detective, what you want to do is not close off any avenues of investigation. You're keeping an open mind that what he's telling you, even though it seems kind of a fanciful story, doesn't mean it didn't happen. Broken clocks right twice a day too. Coincidences happen in life. And they're looking at this from the perspective of needing to defend this case in the future.
Damn, bro. I'm telling y'all what I know.
As a cop or a prosecutor, where you're like, there's something here and it doesn't make sense to me. One of the things that you have to do when you're in law enforcement, either as a cop or a prosecutor, sometimes you have to kind of make your peace with not knowing. In this case, there was a hunch involved here that something ain't right.
All right, we're going to jump right back into this, but real quick, I want to tell you about our sponsor, Upside, because they're offering something right now that I think can be really useful to you. You can get cash back, extra cash back on everyday purchases like gas, groceries, takeout when you use Upside. Yeah. So here's what you do. You download Upside for free. You claim an offer at one of their 100,000 plus locations, and you pay like normal with your credit card. Then you verify the purchase, you get money back. So say I need to get gas or I want takeout one night, I'll search for Upside offers first, and after I spend, money appears in my app that I can then transfer straight to my bank account. So Upside's